The main theme of the new Ninjago season is called The Rise. Dragons aren't related to the previous season, so you can start watching from here even if you haven't seen the last season. That's totally fine. But I'm just explaining that if you want to watch this summary, it's only about 7 hours, but it covers all the events of Ninjago up to where you can start with it. Airn, a boy from a parallel world, dreams of becoming a ninja. While playing, a portal opens in the sky, pulling him through to another world. Him and his family. The ninja brings him back to his world just in time, but his watch is clear. The ninja enters the hole, closing it behind them. Seconds later, a massive explosion occurs due to a malfunction, causing all parallel worlds to merge into the world of Ninjago. Eiran is now alone without his parents and is unsure of what to do, especially after finding Lloyd's fallen mask and thinking the ninja may be dead or gone. He decides to continue their mission, but must first learn the way of the ninja. During that time, he befriends a girl named Sora. Later, we see some robots attacking Eiran and Sora, but in the end, they manage to defeat them because Sora hacks their programming and makes them stop and dance with each other. The key point is that Eiran and Sora find joy and happiness in their home at the top of one of the buildings. It's evident that they are in a state of bliss. They build a robot to enter in a big race, hoping to win and buy Saadatha an apartment. After designing the robot, they go with Saadatha to enter it in the race. And after a while, they run a long race and they were about to win the race. Literally just 2 steps away, and they win. The picture depicts a small dragon chasing his gang. To comprehend the situation, let's rewind 5 minutes and see what transpired. Specifically with a little guy named Ras and his manager named Rabton, who is basically his gang in the Shatneen, and he uses them for evil. The last dragon they caught escaped from his cell. If Ras discovers this, Rabton's brother will face serious consequences. Rabton and Saida pursue the dragon, leading to the scene depicted in the picture. At the last moment, Saida is instructed to abandon the race and prevent Rabton from capturing the dragon. Kai then intervenes, seizes the dragon, and everyone begins to flee. Due to a malfunction, the robot falls apart while Sora and the dragon work on the bridge. At that moment, the dragon gives Sora a strange power, enabling her to reassemble the robot, leading to their victory. They survive and keep running until, by God's will, fate takes its course. At that moment, Jai arrived, beat up Sora and Eiran, and afterward, Rabton ordered him to take them along with the dragon-like dogs. They were silent in the subway, but suddenly they heard a hit. After a while, the ceiling opened and they saw Lloyd, who was still alive, coming to save them. At that moment, he fought Rabton's soldiers alongside Eiran, and noticed Eiran's innate ability to perform lesson jutsu, despite never being taught. Lloyd kept Rabton and his soldiers occupied while Eiran freed the prisoners. The dragon that gives a strange second power to Sora, but she doesn't know how to control her powers, and they all end up on the train. So, of course, Lloyd is surprised at that moment. What? What is the power that the dragon gives her? What exactly is this power for Sora? It's not an elemental power, so what kind of power is it, basically? Of course, it's the power of love and friendship and the director. The important thing is that Eiran and Sora explain to Lloyd about the dragon and about Ras, and that he wants to kill him and his family for some reason. Lloyd takes Sora to the training center. He informs them that the Ninjago ninjas' minds have been disconnected since the incident, and Lloyd has been attempting to contact them, and we couldn't escape their influence. Except for the ship that's with Lloyd. But its problem is that the engine isn't working. Of course, since she's a programmer, she starts trying to fix the engine, while Lloyd is telling Eiran about the day of the merge, and that day was going very normally, until he found Teacher Mo, who looked really scared, saying, "How is this possible? This hasn't happened in decades." Before he could explain, something happened. A hole in the sky appeared, and Lloyd attempted to save people, as seen in the first episode. The hole closed, causing an explosion. Upon waking, Lloyd discovered the worlds had merged, and the training center was empty. He was unaware of their whereabouts or what had transpired. He searched through the incomplete manuscripts, which only revealed the name of some dragons called the Source Dragons, which Lloyd didn't know about. The important thing is that at that moment, he saw the ship in the sky. He went up to it and met Kai. After greeting each other, they both saw the hole reappear in the sky. Airn doesn't vanish when the elemental power is used on him, occasionally appearing and disappearing. Kai decides to take the airship to find information about them, while Lloyd stays to protect the people. Saida fought Eiran and Sora, despite knowing their thoughts about the ninja. Eiran, using Spinjitzu, told Saida that destiny brought their group together so he could teach him, remaining his teacher. Saida went to talk to them, while Sora fixed the ship. If you wonder why he didn't take her along, it's another ship, so please don't ask further questions. The important thing is that Lloyd, Sora, and Eiran are flying the ship to reach the place. The little dragon was pointing to it. Its name is the Three Peaks, maybe, hopefully. I mean, is it something that will benefit him from you? Anyway, Rabton's soldiers attacked them before reaching Belau, forcing them off the ship bound for the Three Peaks. They would have perished if not for Belau's intervention. At that moment, a huge dragon grabbed the ship before it fell and saved them, and we don't know at that time. It turns out it's the mother of the little dragon named Rayo, and if you ask me how I knew his name, I'll tell you, the mother spoke to them first. My dear, she just talked to them normally. I mean, what's the big deal if a dragon talks to a human? So you ignored everything else and just focused on the fact that the dragon's mother can talk? Anyway, Rayo's mother. She believed Lloyd, Eiran, and Sora kidnapped Rayo to make him disclose their location for an attack. However, Lloyd reveals they were really rescuing Rayo at that time. He gathered them to warn about the Dragon Maker, but they followed and attacked them. Lloyd, aided by Airn, Sora, and the dragon, engaged in battle with Rabton and his soldiers. Upon seeing the mother dragon, Rabton went berserk and attacked her with all his might, along with his soldiers. And at that time, they were able to break her while Lloyd was fighting with them to try to stop them. However, Lloyd was outnumbered by the soldiers. Lloyd reminds the mother dragon that Rayo can give her incredible power. She then unleashes a massive flood-like attack, engulfing all the soldiers. Rabton Freyton is forced to retreat and asks Ras for help, but Ras replies, "Costa Rica, who am I supposed to fight?" Everyone starts retreating as they witness the unfolding situation, urging immediate action. Matin Alam thanks Lloyd for his help and shares that during the fusion event, she felt a strange energy, but chose isolation. However, upon seeing Lloyd, she felt a connection between them. Lloyd tells her that the world has evolved and they must keep up with this development. He can't do it alone, so he decides to teach. Eiran and Sora want to become top ninjas to protect Ninjago until he realizes his true potential and proves himself worthy. Rayo is walking with his mother, but he has become attached to them and doesn't want to leave. His mother informs them of his attachment, and she doesn't have a problem with him going with them, so of course, Lloyd agrees and they take him along. The next day, Eiran and Sora start their training, and after a day, they're extremely exhausted. And at that moment, Sora starts messing with Irene's mind. Like that they escape at night and join the carnival that's held in the city, which is basically celebrations and games. The flying machine competition is the most important event. Sora and Eiran, who make the best flying machines, sneak in to participate. Bella's watch is stolen at the carnival, and criminals chase her. Meanwhile, Louis discovers that Eiran and Sora have snuck out to go to the carnival. Angry, he decides to bring them back himself. Meanwhile, Sora and Eiran catch up with the criminals who kidnapped the man, having left the race earlier. At the last moment, a man with his robot won the contest. The losing contestant was then kidnapped and forced to work with him. Eiran and Sora get into a fight with the criminals, which they win. They then discover that the contestant wants to forcibly win the race because his friend has been kidnapped. The kidnapper demands a hefty ransom, forcing him to win to free the victim. His noble goal makes it hard for Eiran and Sora, prompting them to assist him. And after searching a lot in the city, they find the kidnapper, who turns out to be a magician named Dorama. They start fighting him to free the kidnapped people, but Dorama has set traps everywhere. They fall into traps until Lloyd arrives to help them fight. Together, they defeat Dorama and return the kidnapped people to the police. The one who was kidnapped is a racer, and everything goes back to normal. Thank God we see him again after that. In the last scene, Dorama, whom Lloyd had locked up and waited for the police to come and arrest, is not taken by the police. Instead, Ras comes and frees him. 20. Louis hugged Shaka Eiran and took a picture, which is special for Lloyd. And that's it. This is a special perfection. Today, don't forget if there's anything else coming up a lot, so I wanted us to continue. Tell me in the comments all at once. Subscribe, like, and mention for the latest updates. This has been Haduda and Tuda. The story is over.